There was a time in my life I thought I had to do it all by myself. Didn't know the grace of God was sufficient, or the love of God was at hand. Now I can say, if you are discouraged, trying to just make it through another day, you gotta let it go, let it all go. And this is what you've got to say. I release and I let go. Let the Spirit run my life, and my heart is open wide. Yes, I'm only here for God. No more struggle, no more strife. With my faith, I see the light. I am free in the Spirit. Yes, I'm only here for God. I release and I let go. Let the Spirit run my life. My heart is open wide. Yes, I'm only here for God. No more struggle, no more strife. With my faith, I see the light. I am free in the Spirit. Yes, I'm only here for God. I am free in the Spirit. I am only here for God.
Now, woo, we do have a fancy new mic. I don't have my regular mic this morning because I'm only going to be up here for a few minutes. That is really loud, Mark. If you could turn it down just a touch. Better? Okay, perfect. So I'm back from Unity Village, and I heard that somebody messed up the room last week. I heard that you all hung out in the lobby, because if you weren't here last week, we did art in service. So when everybody arrived last week, there were tables and art supplies set up in here. So everybody hung out in the lobby because where's my chair? I always sit in the same place and I can't now. So I just laughed when they told me, I'm so glad you guys had fun. Afra, thank you so much. We're gonna do that once a month. Change tables, meet people, talk to people, get to know some new folks as you're wandering around here at Unity Spiritual Center in the Rockies. I bring you greetings from Unity of Omaha and Unity of Overland Park, both places I got to spend some time on the bookends of my time at Unity Village we weren't at Unity Village, we were at the Sheraton this year in Kansas City, but for the Unity Conference. Really big stuff happening at Unity right now, and I'm gonna be writing to you about it over the next few weeks because there's some education to go along with some of the shifts and changes that are happening at the national office. And prior to the November meeting, we will need to know how we as a community vote for the changes that they want to make. We have 4 representatives, myself, our LUT, 1 member from the board, and 1 member from the community who we will choose. And we will vote according to the vote of this community. So you will have the opportunity to influence the future of Unity. So please pay attention to the e-blast as it goes out so that we can get that done for you. We can really take our voice into action on a bigger scale. I'm excited about today. We have most of our Summer Sacred Rebel series is looking back at people who've been rebellious. Today we have someone who's rebellious right now. That makes me very happy. So I'm going to introduce her in a minute, but first I'd like to invite you to just bring yourself fully into this room. Just whatever was going on in your life outside these doors, let's let that be outside the doors. Let's settle into this sacred space, closing our eyes, calling ourselves into this space from all time, all dimension, all activity, all memory. Let's call it all into this right now moment. I invite you to feel yourself in the room, to feel your feet on the floor, to feel your soul occupying your body, to really understand this vessel is in service to you, and to allow yourself gratitude for the vessel that carries you so strongly through life, through what these feet will do for you, where they have taken you, where they will take you. To really settle into your feet without grounding yourself, but just noticing that you have them. And what a powerful gift they are. And something interesting happens when we think about our feet. All the energy up at the top of our head moves all the way down our bodies to the bottom, to the place where we connect with the planet, where we remember the gift of this place, the gift of this time, the gift of this life. So let us just hold a few moments of quiet gratitude. And as you're in the gratitude, allow a smile to cross your face. It's easy. Turn up those corners. Gratitude has a way of making us happy, of reminding us how good life is, how really good life is. As you're ready, gently open your eyes and return.
It's call and response. Alleluia. 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 Yeah, I still haven't figured out quite how to finish that thing. This song is was a song that we actually sang this at my wedding. Now 31 years ago. And we're going to listen to Mali today, and this is a song about journeying. It's called Woyoya in the African work song, but it's a journeying song. And if you know it, you can join me. going. Heaven knows where we are going. We know we will. When we get there, heaven knows how we will get there. We know we will. It will be hard, we know, and the road will be muddy and rough. But we'll get there. Heaven knows how we will get there. We know we will. Or join me on it. We are going. We are going. Heaven knows where we are going. We know we will. We will get there. Heaven knows how we will get there. We know we will. It may be hard, we know. And it may be hard, we know. And the road will be muddy and rough. But we'll get there. Heaven knows how we will get there. We know we will. Oh yeah, yeah, just repeat. Oh yeah, yeah, 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 oh yeah. Last time. We are going. Heaven knows where we are going. We know we will. We'll get there. And we'll get there. Heaven knows how we will get there. We know we will. It may be hard, we know. It may be hard, we know. And the road will be muddy and rough. But we'll get there. Heaven knows how we will get there. We know we will. Oh yeah. Oh yeah, 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 yeah. Tammy McCoy on drums. Happy to have you, Tammy.
Happy. Oh, we've been having this morning. We might have somebody on our frequency channel on a CB this morning or walkie-talkie. It's not something in our system, so our apologies if you hear something. We can't control it this morning. Thank you, Joe. Where'd you go, Tammy? This is Tammy. Glad to have you. Have a seat. Yeah, thanks to. Okay, anywhere you like. Yeah, kind of nice to have a drummer in the house, isn't it? Yeah, yay, yay. So I love, whoops, see, got to keep your feet on the ground. I love that we went to the continent of Africa because I was there a few months ago. And I could feel it. Hey, Penny, can you mute the entire room? Yeah, thank you. Maybe that will help. We'll see what happens. Yolanda is not here. She is on vacation. So Miss Penny is covering Zoom for us this morning. And I love sitting in the front. I don't usually get to see you guys dancing and singing, so it was really cool this morning to see all you Zoomers participating. Good morning. Glad you're here. Really glad to see you. So Africa, I was in Uganda, and when you were singing, I was on those roads, those muddy roads that are bumpy, and you don't really know how you're going to get down them, but you know you're going to, because what else are you going to do? You have to go. Our guest this morning is the Sacred Rebel. We are doing our Summer Sacred Rebel series. And why? Why are we talking about sacred rebels? Because this is a time of immense transformation on the planet. And in order for us to step out, we have to remember some things. First, we have to remember that every one of us has something different to do. We're not the same people, and our jobs are not all of it. We have a job to do some piece. Our job could be as simple as praying. Our job could be a kind conversation with someone we love. Our job could be clearing something inside that stops us from being 100% ready for transformation. Our job is unique, and it takes a little rebellious spirit to not try and complain about everything, take on the whole world, do 17 things till you're burned out and don't want to do anymore. It takes a little bit of inner rebellion, inner fire, to lean into this, to really lean in and look at this time, understanding that it brings us something positive and powerful. Because it doesn't always look like that when it's happening. But we are in the midst of transformation as on a global scale. And we need to listen to the words of the people who have stepped out and leaned in their own ways, so that we can be inspired to discover what is ours to do and to do that well. So I am thrilled to have a live guest this morning. And this is what we try and do in the summer. We try and do things that are a little bit out of the ordinary. Let's see what kind of fun we can have. This is one of the most fun people I know. This is an amazing woman. How many of you had, if you got the e-blast, had an idea of who it might be? A couple of you. Yeah, I knew you two would know because you've been really involved. Molly Lord has been teaching Tuned Up for how long? Tuned In. Thank you. Tunes me up. 18 years. Wow. Wow, wow, wow. So Tuned In is the discovery of the soundtrack of your life. And Molly has become an amazing friend, an amazing doorway for me to look at music and life in a different way. And I am thrilled to have her talk with us about a brand new book she just put out called Holy Dirt, which you will be able to get a copy of in the back afterwards. But that Holy Dirt name comes from her journey across the Camino de Santiago. And that is a long, arduous walk of commitment and pilgrimage. And Molly made that walk. And so I'm excited to introduce you to Molly Lord and turn this over to you and see what kind of miracles you want to tell us about. Please welcome Molly.
Thank you. Rule number one of sacred rebelness. Is that a word? Rebelness? It is now. Rebelness. And that rule is know how to find your true north. I'll take you here. I'm pretty sure that when my friend Eileen called, she was biting her tongue, trying really hard not to Camino-splain me about a comment I had made, questioning a comment she had made. Her comment, Molly, it's really weird about the Camino. It has a way of stepping in and it doesn't let you get away with anything. I mean, you just step out of alignment of who you are and man, it just sets you straight. And it always does it in a really weird way. And I thought, come on, Eileen. I mean, do you really believe that? You make it sound like the Camino's this knowing, living, breathing thing. Well, Eileen had clout with me. She had walked the Camino the year before, all 500 miles of it, so I knew she knew what she was talking about, but I just couldn't buy it because I was really busy getting ready, packing with Karen, going crazy, trying to figure out what to bring, what not to bring, and how to stay grounded in my body. And then Eileen tells me, that the Camino's gonna be following me around, judging me. I thought, I'm a rebel. I like to be in control. And that makes the Camino laugh. So I'm gonna start you here. I was 2 weeks into my 500 miles of walking the Camino. I was halfway point of my goal of reaching the city of Santiago de Compostela. Is this in the way? Yeah. And, Eileen's words were sinking in. I no longer doubted the influence the Camino had on me. I just didn't expect it to include my childhood pet parakeet, Petey. But I'll get back to Petey in a moment. So on this particular day, I was about 8 miles out of the city of Leon. I had just spent 4 days there healing an infected blister. And I was back on the trail. But I was already done 8 miles in, because that morning I had hooked the shoelaces of my boots and my Tevas to the back of my backpack, and for 3 hours they had been swinging and kicking me in the ribs, and I don't know why it took 3 hours for me to say, I've had it. But I finally stopped, and I took my pack off, threw it into the grass, and sat down and started rearranging the physics, it's very technical, the physics of how my boots and Tevas would dangle. And once I was happy with that, I was ready to get back on the trail. This big wind came down the valley, and I did what was logical. I reached for the jacket that was tied around my waist, but it wasn't there. I remember how my gut tightened in that moment, as I remembered my jacket was hung on a hook in a cafe in its bathroom 5 miles back. I froze. And it wasn't because of the jacket. It was because of what was zipped inside its pocket. Which takes me to Bren. Very handsome, Scottish accent. You got it? And I had met Bren on the trail the week before, and every day we seemed to meet up. And we would end up walking and talking and walking and talking, and we had the most intriguing conversations. That is until my infected blister caused me to have to leave the trail, and I took a taxi days ahead to the city of Leon to park myself, armed with an antibiotic, to finally heal this blister. It took 3 days. On day 3, it was the day before my jacket went MIA. I had a full day with a healed foot to enjoy the city of Leon, and what was most exciting was that day, Bren and his sister Kylie would have caught up with me, and they were going to be walking into Leon, and we had plans for the whole day. That is until I got the phone call. It was Kylie, and she was calling from the Leon hospital. Oh. Bren had been admitted with a serious case of pneumonia. I knew he had been sick, but I didn't know that sick. And she had bronchitis. I mean, the poor things. Our plans all changed at that moment. I got a taxi, I went to the hospital and sat with Bren for the afternoon. He looked so defeated. I mean, he knew his Camino was over. He knew he'd be flying home to Scotland as soon as he was well enough to fly. And he asked me a favor. Now, he had some turmoil going on back home. He had a precious 4-year-old son whose mother was mentally ill and unable to care for him. So he was fighting for custody of his son. And he had never married the mother of his child because of her mental illness. And her parents were also fighting for custody. So they had this ugly battle going on back in Scotland. So this favor that he asked, he pulled out from his backpack this beautiful Celtic prayer card. And on it, it had a prayer about healing families. Now, he knew in a couple days I would be arriving at the Iron Cross, or the Cruz de Ferro, which is a point on the Camino where you climb most of the morning to reach this cross. And for thousands of years, pilgrims have taken a stone or rock or a precious item to leave at Cruz de Ferro to represent a burden you want to unload. Now, I knew how important this was because I had my own stash of gifts and stones that I brought from home, and they were zipped in the little designated pocket of my backpack. So I told Bren I would be honored to take your prayer card on your behalf to the Iron Cross since you can't go. And I promised it's safe delivery. And I took his prayer card and I zipped it in my jacket pocket. And I hugged this sweet man goodbye, and I left the hospital. So now you know why the next day back on the trail I sat in the grass, frozen, because I knew that jacket was hanging on a hook 5 miles back in a cafe. It was at that moment, all my excuses started going crazy in my head. Anyone could have forgotten to put it in their backpack because, it was so hectic at the hospital that day, and I had to get ready to leave town after taking 3 days off, and blah, blah, blah. The bottom line was I didn't have his prayer card. So all these solutions, at least 3 of them, started running through my mind. 1, walk 5 miles back and get it, and then walk 5 miles back, 10 miles round trip, and I was already exhausted. Number 2, don't go back and plead for Bren's forgiveness. 3, don't go back, don't tell Bren. They all sucked. It was then that Eileen's words came to me. When you step out of alignment, the Camino has a way of dealing with you. That's when things got weird. In my mind's eye, I saw my childhood pet parakeet, Petey, perched front and center. I'm thinking, Petey? What the heck is Petey doing here on the Camino? And then it hit me. My dad's here too. I know you are, Dad. See, I knew why Dad had arrived for the first time on my Camino. He had passed away years before. And I knew why he brought Petey. Growing up, Dad always talked to us about integrity. And I don't mean the moralizing type of integrity. I'm talking about a well-built house, how integrity is the structure of who we are, and that it needs to remain strong, our true north. And I thought, with my current predicament, this is tough. So, I didn't hear my dad's voice, but I certainly felt his warmth embodying everything about me in that moment. And I knew what I needed to do. But here's the story about Petey, because you gotta know Petey, right? As a child, he was my 7-year-old delight. I had taught him 5 words, and he was just a delight from my childhood. And then one day, Petey got sick with pneumonia, and Petey died. And I was heartbroken. And I took his little body, and I wrapped it in paper towels, and I put it in a shoebox. And before I put the lid on it, I grabbed some of his birdseed, and I sprinkled it all over his body, because you never know. Okay? Put the lid on it, and I took it to my dad. I said, Dad, will you bury Petey in the backyard by the stream? Now you have to understand, I lived in Buffalo, near Buffalo, Western New York, and it was winter. And we had just had 2 feet of snow on top of 2 feet of crusted snow on top of frozen ground. So it was a long way down to that dirt. But my hero, my dad, agreed to do it. And he bundled up and he grabbed a shovel and he put the shoebox under his arm. And I remember watching him disappear into the back fields and the woods. And when he came back, I gave him the biggest hug, and I just felt the cold engulf me. It was truly my hero. That afternoon, I'm watching the snow fall, and I'm worried. I didn't dress Petey very warmly. But I had an idea. I went to the attic, and I found this wooden velvet-lined box in this warm felt material, and I took them both to Dad and said, Dad, I'm kind of worried about Petey. I think he's cold. Could you dig him up and put him in a new casket? Now, my 7-year-old self did not read the look on his face, but I'm sure it was there. But my hero agreed. This time, I bundled up to go with him. So I went back carrying the shovel. We got to the back of the property. Dad dug through 2 feet of fresh snow, crusted ice, and the dirt, and he produced my shoebox with my parakeet. I took it, and tearfully I wrapped little Petey's frozen body in this warm material, and I put it in this wooden velvet-lined box that looked much warmer. And before I put the lid on, I took the birdseed and I sprinkled it all over his little body, because you never know. Dad buried Petey for the last time, and all was well. Years later, decades later, I'm at college. And my dad came up to visit, and he took me to lunch. And we got talking, reminiscing about the old days, and that day about burying Petey came up. And my dad confessed a truth about a half short-lived thought that he had, something he considered that day. He said, Molly, I got out there with your shoebox, and the wind's blowing, and I see 2 feet of snow and hard snow underneath that, and I thought, I gotta be crazy out here in this blizzard. I could just toss it in the woods, and no one would ever know. He said, but then I got a grip, and I knew what I had promised you, and I found my integrity, and I buried your damn bird. Then he went on to talk about when he looked back on that day, how grateful he was that he had made the decision he had made. Because when I decided to go with him for the second burial, he said, what would I have ever done if I had gone with my lame plan B and had tossed it? How would I have ever explained that to you? There are many reasons I love my dad, but this memory remains the most sacred. So now it's 50 years later, and I'm on the Camino, and I know what needs to be done. I tossed my backpack into a taxi I had called because I was going to bury the parakeet. You know, in the midst of it all, I had thought of the 3 terrible solutions, right, that were really sucky, but I failed to see the 4th one, call a taxi. So I called the taxi, the guy came, I wrote in Google Translate that translates it into Spanish, because you're not going to catch me speaking Spanish. If you read my book, you'll know why. Anyway, I wrote in Google Translate, I have left something very important at a cafe 5 miles back. Please drive me to get it. I will then get back in the taxi. If you'll wait for me, I'd like to come back right here to finish walking from this point. Gracias. I know how to say gracias. And he said, okay. And he did a U-turn. We went back to the cafe. I found my jacket. Within 30 minutes, Bren's prayer card was zipped in the designated pocket of my backpack. I put it on, and I continued my walk toward that day's destination. That night, I lay in bed listening to the precious cowbells out in the fields. It's one of my favorite things. And I thought about this amazing day that Bren unwittingly had gifted me, a visit from my dad and my parakeet, no less. And I realized the message from Dad was, to sum it up, was pretty much, we can wonder what's right and what's wrong. But if we listen for our better angels when we're trying to make a decision, and we just bury the parakeet, everything else takes care of itself. So if you ever want to face a really hard problem and you want to borrow my parakeet story, you can go right ahead. But I make one little request to bring the magic of the Camino in. Just sprinkle a little bird seed on your problem, because you never know.
Wonderful. So when I heard what Molly was going to be talking about, the one thing that really grabbed me was walking 500 miles. When I wake up, well, you know I'm gonna be the man who wakes up next to you. When I go out, well, you know I'm gonna be the man who goes along with you. If I get drunk, well, you know I'm gonna be the man who gets drunk next to you. And if I haver, yeah, well, you know I'm gonna be the man who's havering to you. And I would walk 500 miles, and I would walk 500 more, just to be the man who walked 1,000 miles to fall down at your door. When I'm working, yes, I know I'm gonna be the man who's working hard for you. And when the money comes in for the work that I do, I'm going to give almost every penny to you. Almost. When I pass, when I know I'm gonna be the man who comes back home to you. If I grow old, well, I know I'm gonna be the man who's growing old with you. And I would walk 500 miles, and I would walk 500 more, just to be the man who walked 1,000 miles to fall down at your door. Na-na-na-na, na-na-na-na, na-na-na-na-na-na-na-na-na-na. When I wake up, well, you know I'm gonna be the man who wakes up next to you. go out, when I go out, girl, you know I'm gonna be the man who goes along with you. And when I wander, well, you know I'm gonna be the man who's wandering with you. And when I get home, well, you know I'm gonna be the man who goes with you. Gonna be the man who's going along with you. And I would walk 500 miles, and I would walk 500 more, just to be the man who walked 1,000 miles to fall down at your door. Na 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 na, na 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 na, na 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 na. One more time.
There is not a more perfect song, is there? When Joe called me yesterday and said, "What are we doing tomorrow?" And I said, "Oh, Molly's coming, and she's going to talk about her 500-mile walk," and he said, "I got it." Shortest shortest conversation we've ever had. I got this. Perfect. Thank you, Molly. Thank you, Molly. That parrot story will stay with us. It will stay with us. And I love that lesson, right? Just bury the parrot. Do what you said you would do. And then the world opens up and the easier way comes. Do what you say you'll do. Big, important part of being a rebel, isn't it? Yeah. Thank you, my friend. If you want to pick up a book from Molly, you can do it at the back. She'll sign it for you. If you just want to stop and tell her she's wonderful, I know that she'll appreciate that. She'll take it, she says. So, we do some things around here. We do some things besides come together and have great music and wonderful speakers and art and conversation. We try and make a difference in the world outside the doors. And one of the ways that we do that is being a member of Westside Cares. We are a member community. You may know a little bit about Westside Cares, but in case you don't, Westside Cares is a community that serves the West Side from the south side of town all the way up to, I think, pretty darn close to the Air Force Academy, everything west of I-25. And they serve the community that is without shelter, often without food, without clothing, without water, which is a big deal this time of year, without a place to leave their mail. It's really hard to get a job or pay bills or do things if you are out on the street and don't have a place to receive mail. That's just one of the things. Medical care, they do amazing things, and we are really, really proud to be a member community. And we do a couple things. 4 times a year, we collect food. We are in the end of June collecting food for that community. So if you have not made a contribution and would like to, you can take food directly to Westside Cares. There is a sheet in the hallway there with a list of the different kind of food items and things that they need. And you don't have to wait until it's one of our months. June happens to be one of ours, but you can do it any time. You can just stop, just take it straight there. If you don't have the wherewithal to get there, there's something going on and it's easier, bring it here, we will get it there for you. But we try and make sure that our good West Side neighbors get fed. Another thing that we do every year is we provide gift cards and things for Christmas so that families have what they need to care for their children. We used to do presents, and there's something really wonderful about empowering parents to take that card and go and shop for their children. They know their children better than we do, and it gives them a sense that they were part of this Christmas experience. So anytime you want to drop by a gift card to put in our collection of gift cards to give to Westside Cares, you can start that anytime you want. Thanksgiving, we usually go out and buy one of several items. They put together baskets for families. And sometimes, like one year, we were in charge of carrots. Another year, we were in charge of celery. We just, whatever it is they need, we collect the money and we go buy it for the number of baskets. Right now, this time of year, we do something incredibly important. We participate with Westside Cares as they provide backpacks to about 600 children. It's a lot of kids who get a new backpack, who get crayons and notebooks and pencils and everything that they need to start school. And all of that is done through the counseling offices at elementary, middle school, and high school so that we can take care of that. We work with those 23 communities. This year, we have been tasked with getting glue sticks. We need 429 of them, which gives you an idea that most of those go to the younger grades. So we've got out of that 600, about 429 littler people who need glue sticks for school this year. It's $116. So what we have found over the years is the easiest way to do it is collect the funds and buy it once and deliver it, rather than waiting for everybody to bring a glue stick to church. So if you would like to contribute to our glue stick collection, I love that song. That used to be don't worry, that used to be my ringtone. Thank you. It's all right, you'll get it, don't worry. We figured that's God calling. You guys remember? That's right, it's perfect for Sacred Revel, that's right. So if you would like to make a donation towards that, understanding we might end up collecting more than $116. If we collect more than $116, then we will just move the additional funds into Thanksgiving or into gift cards. So don't be worried. Your money won't just sit there and do nothing. We'll do something with it. If you would like to contribute so that we can go ahead and buy our glue sticks, you can do that one of three ways. You can drop some money off in the office with Linda and she'll put it in an envelope and put your name on it. You can put your cash in there's an offering envelope in the back pocket of the seats that you're sitting in. Just put on there Westside Cares and we'll know that it's for glue sticks. You can write a check and mark it. Be sure and put on the subject line that it's for Westside Cares glue sticks. Or you can go onto our website at unityrockies.org, go to the donation button, and there's a drop down right there. Go to the drop down that says Westside Cares and write your donation there, and you can do it on your credit card. But we would like to get this wrapped up this week so that our Westside Cares coordinator, Susan Anderson, can go take care of glue sticks, and we'll be moved on to our next thing. Will you guys take care of that for me? Sure. You rock, all of you. Thank you very much. As we think about what we do with our time, our talent, our treasure, we think about this place, this lovely place that hosts us. We think about our beautiful Yolater, our administrator, who is on vacation till next Sunday. Good for her. She works hard for it. We think about all the different things that happen in this building and all the ways that we serve this community and the greater community. And I take the time to say that because I'm going to ask you to make an offering. I learned this new word this week, and now I can't remember it. Oh, it's Danishka. Danishka. And Danishka is a Sanskrit word, 5,000 years old, that means to give because you have received. To give to keep alive what you have received. And that's a powerful thing, isn't it? That what we have received has to be fed and nourished to move forward. This place that we stay, it has to be fed and nourished by us to continue to give, not only to the people in this room, but to the greater community. So as we go into our offering time, I ask you to remember that we are doing something bigger than just keeping a roof over our head, that we're making a difference and that we're committed to making a difference, and that every time you contribute here, you make a difference beyond these walls out into the world. If you came today and it's not a good day for you to give, there's something else going on, maybe you lost a tire on the way in or something, we all have stuff. If it's not a good day for you, it's okay. Say a prayer, put your hand over the basket, put a little good blessing in there. Just bless the funds because you are part of today and your energy is part of this. And we're really grateful that you're here. If you're giving on auto tithe, same thing. Put your hand over the basket, put a little love in there. Let's bless these funds so that they go out in a good way. Are you ready? Let's hold in your hand whatever it is that you would like to give today. And let us repeat our affirmation of abundance together. Divine love through me blesses and multiplies all that I have, all that I give, and all that I receive.
Wandering wide in the forest of life, I am humbled by the wonder of it all, of it all. And I can see that there is much more than me. I am humbled by the wonder of it all, of it all. Floating there, cotton clouds in the air, I am humbled by the wonder of it all, of it all. Mystery, deep as the sea, and I'm so small, I am humbled by the wonder of it all. A bird on the wing, and I can't help but sing. I am humbled by the wonder of it all, of it all. And spiders weave and hear my heart's on my sleeve. I am humbled by the wonder of it all, of it all. Mystery, deep as the sea, and we're so small, I am humbled by the wonder of it all. One at a time, every heart will align. I am humbled by the wonder, 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 humbled by the wonder of it all.
We're grateful for these blessings. We're grateful for the open hearts from which they came and for the good ways they will go out into the world. And so it is.
So it is.
Yeah. Thank you. That was beautiful.
Thank you.
Next weekend is 4th of July. How did that happen so fast? Friday, actually, 4th of July. It's amazing, amazing, amazing. I want to invite you this week to look at freedom in a different way. I want to invite you to let go of, and this will take some work because you're going to have to ignore some things. I want to invite you to let go of the political alignment of anything. Just put politics down this week. And I want you to take this week to notice the freedoms in your life that you so deeply enjoy and to simply be in celebration of them. And if you have one moment that you say to yourself, oh my God, I might lose that, stop. Because that is not the energy we're putting out in the world. That is not us. Take 1 week. Please. Take 1 week and affirm who we are. The many, many ways that we are blessed. What freedom means to you from the moment you open your eyes to the moment you open your eyes the next day. Because, my friends, we are blessed in ways so miraculous. We are so deeply, deeply blessed. So let us go into this time remembering that. And next week, we're going to have a conscious conversation about the freedoms that we have. Not the freedoms we're afraid of, the freedoms we have and what they mean to us. So come back next Sunday. It's going to be after 4th of July and a time for us to come together to bring forth a new idea of what freedom is in our hearts, what it feels like. That's what I'm going to ask you next week. Share a bit about what freedom feels like for you. I'm looking forward to seeing you. I'm going to turn this over to Carol Crosley, who's our platform assistant. Thank you for being here, Carol, and thank you for helping us close the show.
It's still on, okay. All right, well, we're ready for our announcements for today. And first of all, it's our minister of affirmation that you see on this screen. In deep gratitude for our past, we embrace change with faith and enthusiasm. We will warmly welcome our new minister to Unity Spiritual Center in the Rockies with open hearts and joyful spirits. And so it is. And now for our first announcement. It's about Molly's book signing. And thank you so much, Molly, again. That was such an inspirational speech or topic. I mean, I love how you emphasize the integrity. That is so powerful. And what a good reminder for all of us to live in integrity. Anyway, this has been a fun and meaningful morning. Molly has copies of her book in the back, Holy Dirt, available for purchase in the lobby, and she'll be happy to sign a copy for you. All right, Shamanic Journey. The Shamanic Journey series continues this week. The journey topic is work and service, and that's Monday night at 6 p.m. here in the sanctuary, and the cost is $30 per session. Then we have chair yoga, and if you'd like a little movement in your life, just come to service. You're invited to attend chair yoga every Monday morning at 10 a.m. and the fellowship hall. And now I do want to thank everyone for their participation today, for our service, and Tammy and Joe. Wow, it's so cool having drums. I love it. I love the drum effect with your playing. It's beautiful. Thank you.
You scared me at first, but
Oh.
or she scared me at first, but thanks, Tammy.
Well, we're really glad you didn't. And also to our fellowship hall team of members there that just go about preparing our wonderful meal at this time. So please join in. Anyone new today, please join us. There's a table there for you if you'd like, and we will get to know you. We'd love for you to join us in the fellowship hall. And here we have our prayer chaplain for today, which is Sylvia Strickland. And did I say it wrong? Sylvia Ray. Here's Sylvia.
I'm available to pray with you after the service in the meditation room. If you prefer to write your prayer out, you can submit that to the wooden prayer box in the foyer, and those will be prayed over before they're sent to Unity Village to be prayed over 30 days. Will you... Oh, it wasn't there. The light of God surrounds us. I am that light. The love of God enfolds us. I am that love. The presence of God watches us. I am that power. The presence of God watches over us. I am that presence. Wherever we are, God is, and all is well. Thank you.
Please stand. Let there be peace on earth, and let it begin with me. Let there be peace on earth, the peace that was meant to be. With God our Creator, we are family. Let us walk with each other in perfect harmony. Let peace begin with me. Let this be the moment now. With every step I take, let this be my joyous vow. To take each moment and live each moment in peace eternally. Let there be peace on earth, and let